Good morning, everybody. So this is Steve, a 1,000-year home. So earlier I had done my tree map, and now we're out here to plant trees. So what does $1,008 worth of seedlings look like? Let me rotate this around so you can see. All right, there are two boxes, about, I'm going to guess, 5 foot high. One of two. They do have an invoice right on the box. So it tells me everything. You look down here and it says 1 of the 50 Eastern, right? 1 of the 50 maple. So that's quantity 50. So the fruit trees will go right in here in the orchard, which will wrap around the homes. So any fruit and nut tree goes there. The red bud, of course, was going to go along the driveway. And then on this one, dogwoods were going to be intermixed along that fence and then mixed along all of the fences. So doing the math, let's say it took 5 minutes per tree. And I said there's 300 trees. Let's see, 100, 200, odds and ends, maybe only 250. But if I did 300 trees, the math works out to 25 hours. Obviously, I'm not going to get 25 hours of work done in a day. It is going to be warm today. It's going to be in the 80s. So I'll put these back in the shade, and I'll start working, and we'll see how many trees I can get planted. These are little seedlings. So let me put you on pause, and I'll open up the box, and we'll take a look at the first box, which will be the red bud. So my dad used to do seedlings. They're itty bitty things. And the first, you buy a tree and of course you're ahead. But if you do these just right, they'll catch up because they'll be adapted to the soil instead of that fine soil that's in front of everything. So let's take a look here. I see that there's 2 bundles of trees. I see that they've got them tagged out here. Another invoice. So there we go. Still haven't decided exactly where the azaleas will go, but we'll work on the red buds first. So that's what, I'm going to guess 150 trees looks like in here. Oh, no, more than that. There's 150 plus a couple hands and ends. Let's say 165, 170 tree saplings. Good time of year. It's a lot more grown up, but if you take a look at the mesquite, for example, you can see that it's just coming in. So this is a good time for me to put trees in. This is all pretty fun. So I'm recording little teeny tiny. So look, the felt kept them moist, and then if you open it up, you'll see that they've got moisture in there. So I can't let this dry out. So I'll get a little bucket, 5-gallon bucket, and I'll put it in and I'll wrap it back up. And but then I can break out the red bud, which is probably these. Let's see, quantity, product, 50 red buds. So there's the red buds, so I know where those are going for sure. And then the little bur oak and some other odds and ends in there. Man, that was probably 30 minutes there. It is 5 minutes a tree.
We did 6.
2, 4, 6, 8. No, we did 8. So you can't see them because they're tiny little things. So here, you want to get me while I dig these holes? Where were we? You're under the tree, right?
Yes.
3.5 feet. So what I do is I make a little cross. And see, earlier episodes I told you there's a road under there. So that's what I'm hitting, the road. You hear that? But I got faith in these red buds. A few of them here at least. I make a little cross. Put the tree in. Make sure that it's back down. Away we go. Cross. That one was too far in. give both of these a drink of water because I held on to them a little longer than normal. And as soon as you dry out the roots, you know that you stress that poor little sapling. Alright, trying to get it to where the root level was so that it's the same level. Alright. And action. Oh, water. And help me out here. Action. Man, I would like those down in there a little bit. All right, tree planting update. So we planted the red bud and planted 50 of them, we're going to guess. Maybe we were short a little bit.
Maybe.
It's pretty close to 50. We started at 10 in the morning, and it's now, we'll say noon.
We did good on the second batch.
We'll say 2 hours for 50 trees. So that's 120 minutes divided by 50. What is that? 2.5 minutes a tree.
Yeah.
So my original estimate of 25 hours goes down to 12.5 hours. Still more work. And it's got an 88-degree day today. So we're quitting at noon 1. Well, it's noon now. It's 70.
It still feels good though, yeah.
So I'm
We'll
going to
keep
go back.
working, yeah.
We're good. Leah
Keep
says
working.
we'll keep working.
Yes,
Hi,
keep
Leah.
working. Hi.
So going to go back, get the auger, because where I'm at right now, I wasn't able to dig in this ground. So this is, there's some cedar nearby. I'm not sure why it's so dry. So we used all the red bud. Now we're planting some red maple. I'm going back to get dogwood so we could do the rest of the driveway in dogwood. So it'll be red bud, then dogwood, and then a little cluster of red maples, and then some more red maples, and then I'll start dottering red maples around. So I doing the big stuff today. Later on this week, maybe I'll do the orchard and random trees here and there. Do the here and there trees. What did we do? We did 50 trees in 2 hours, roughly. So we're gonna do something different. I'll rotate this around, and we'll see how long it takes to do the next set of 50. What time is it right now?
It is.
So there, I brought my auger. So I'm gonna drill the 3 holes and then stick the trees in.
12:26.
It's 12:26. Why we start that? Other. All right, so I'm back, and as you could tell, I'm red and flustered and tired. So, but we got a system. So the first set of trees took 2 hours for 50 using a shovel. I don't think it did as good a job as the auger did. So we put 50 in the ground in 50 minutes. So about a minute a tree. And I drilled the holes, and Leah filled and topped off with water. And that buzzed right through them. So it's still a lot of hard work. The auger is heavy work. Moving the water is heavy work. This is heavy work. So we started out at 25 hours if it was 5 minutes a tree. And then we got it down to 3 minutes a tree, which made it 12-ish. We thought 13 hours or so. And now we got it down to a minute a tree. So now we've got it down to 5 hours. So this is doable in a weekend. And so we're going to plant about 300 trees. But those were all in a row and nice and neat. And the fruit orchard's going to be nice and neat. We had to change things up. The spacing's different. I was going to put a lot of dogwood around everywhere, but we used the dogwood and the redbud just on the, because we did both sides of the drive, and I had originally only calculated the one side. So, but anyway, that will be nice. And then I thought if one side of the trees does better than the other, I'll dig up with my backhoe and I'll transfer all the trees to the good side. So there'll be one row of nice trees. Hey everybody, this is Steve at 1,000 Year Home. So I got 100 trees left. Leah's been a huge helper bee. Huge helper bee. All right, and last night after in the evening, we got the orchard done. The fruit and nut trees, strays. So I've got a couple of tuplos here and a river birch and bur oak, and then these are the yellow, I want to call them forsythia, but that's not what they are. I forget what they are. but that might be right, forsythia. So here's the... So we like this spot over there. We planted hummingbird. That's a forsythia red thing. This is an American beech here. If it grows, that'll be real stately. And then I'll put some azaleas around, just little spots of color if they make it. And over there is a red maple. So we got all the random stuff planted. So we decided we like the, I'll clean that up a little bit. I like the approach into the forest. It feels all fairy tale, like a dark fairy tale though. Right? Mm-hmm. Not your happy fairy tale you'd be messing with in the zoo. Grim fairy tale. So, but let's see, 8 in the morning. We've been up since 6, 5 something this morning, and made some coffee and planted some trees, and hopefully we're going to guess 2.5 hours of work. We'll see. All right, this is Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. Looky, first phase of things I wanted to do was trees, right? 1,000 years of trees. We'll see. There's 350 all done. I'll swivel this thing around real quick. That's a heck of a piece of equipment. 300 holes. We get 50 holes or more of Texas soil out of a charge. The dirt on the thing denotes all of the hard work out there. You can't see these little guys, but there'll be river birch out here and bur oak and all kinds of good things. So, all right, hit like and subscribe, and I'll keep putting out videos. I appreciate it much. Bye.